The Add Connect command in OrCAD X Layout covers the majority of a designer's routing needs. To start, select Add Connect in the floating toolbar. You should then see a helper window display on the canvas with properties to adjust the behavior of the command. If at any point you wish to hide the helper window, press the highlighted tab at the top of your canvas. Or use the hotkey X to toggle hiding it or displaying it at your cursor for quick access. By default, manual mode allows for routing without any assistance to avoid DRC errors. We can route a trace from a via to a pin, and although it turns red to indicate issues, it will place the route as is and flag a DRC. We can adjust the trace width in the drop-down or by manually typing in a value. There are three options: auto, constraint, and neck. When the line width is set to auto, if you start routing from a pad or a via, it will use the constraint value. However, if you start from a trace, it will inherit that trace's width. While in constraint or neck mode, the line width will be determined by the value set in Constraint Manager. The cornering and line behavior can be controlled below with sliders. For example, you can set arc routing and free angle corners to experience the routing behavior. Finally, you can also enable Clearance View to assist with finding channels for routing. The bumpers around the copper features are drawn according to your spacing constraints. In assisted mode, the Add Connect command will use either the hug or shove option to help with routing without triggering a DRC error. In hug mode, the trace is allowed to get as close to a copper feature as it can without violating the constraint. The behavior can easily be predicted when Clearance View is enabled. By also enabling smoothing with the slider below, the tool starts reducing the number of vertices to make the routing simpler. While in shove mode, the Add Connect command will attempt to move objects in its way to complete the intended routing. By default, only traces can be shoved, but vias can also be enabled in the checkbox below. Shoving will always attempt to move traces or vias into places where no constraints will be violated. As copper features may move around, we recommend turning off Clearance View when using shove mode.